are a lot of people that make music. There are a lot of people that are, very musically inclined. If you've ever logged into our YouTube and you know that during the break we play music that some people don't like.
I never hear it. Is that what it is?
That's basically what it is.
Okay.
So I'm putting it out to the ethos. All you beat makers, if you want to get your beats played over the YouTube, and we'll put a little who the beat is or whatever, we'll figure out a way to explain to people who's made the beat. We'd love to have them as long as they're PG rated.
Well, I thought we already switched to music. I thought we switched to music like 6 months ago. Did we work on the beats?
The music is all over the place. But the point being is, I think it would be a great way to showcase artists.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. We should do that.
Don't you think?
I never hear it. I have the volume down. I just look at the chat. Sometimes I partake in the chat, and sometimes I don't. But no, that'd be a great idea. Spinoni, hit me with the beat, please. Hit me with the beat. It's that time. It's that time. Cry on the road to misery. Sigh, Eagles, sigh. Blow the big games. 1, 2, 3. Woo. Miss them low.
Miss them high.
And watch our Eagles die. Bye, Eagles, bye. Bridesmaids of the NFC. LOSERS, losers. Hey, you losers. Check it out here, losers. Check it out, losers. Check it out right now. Joe the Camera, Bubble Bath Boy, Little Fella, Hugh Douglas and them boys. Where's Joe Fatenbaugh at this morning? Oh, he had a lot to say last season after the NFC title game. Oh, he was talking. I had no idea Joe Fatenbaugh was an Eagles fan. And boy, was I wrong. Then I saw him on the flight to Cabo. He was sitting behind me, by the way, on the way to Cabo. Fatenbaugh was talking a lot. The Eagles were talking a lot. It was all good when they were 10-1. It was all good when they were about to play the 49ers. And I gave them their credit. I said, you know what? They're the man until we beat the man. I gave them that. But you know what? I watched Debo Samuel talk that talk. And I told you, Shasky, he was going to back it up. Because that's what Debo does. And they went in there and they backed it up. And they broke the Eagles.
Was it the best weekend ever if you're a Niner fan who's like over 40? The New York Giants are in shambles. Their defensive coordinator's walking away. The Commanders are completely starting from scratch because they used to be a thorn in the side. The Seahawks have fired their coach.
Pause real quick. The Commanders haven't been a thorn in our side since 1991.
Back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s.
It's been a long time.
Okay. All right. The Seattle Seahawks fired their coach, Pete Carroll, who was your longtime nemesis. All right. The Rams lose. The Cowboys lose.
Oh, it's so good.
And now the Eagles lost.
Oh, it's so great.
Are you kidding me?
It's so great.
What a great weekend to be a Niner fan.
It's so great. By the
way, we enjoyed our third weekend off.
And by the way, we have a Chris McCaffrey jersey to give out. The contest starts at 7:30 in 8 minutes. The Chris McCaffrey jersey giveaway. It starts in 8 minutes. The contest. So Fadenbaugh, Bubble Bath Boy, none of those Eagle fans are chirping now. I can't get a tweet. I can't get a text. At least Jason Dumas is chewing his face. At least Jason Dumas is talking. I respect that. But everybody else, you little sore losers. Yeah, Elliot Shore Park said the Eagles are now underrated going into the. This was like 3 weeks ago. What are you talking about? Who is this writer? This guy is so out of his mind. And he said, Bear, how the hell did he pay for 136,000 followers? Who is this guy?
I've never heard of
him. Who
him.
are these people?
I don't know.
They are in shambles.
But they can enjoy the entire rest of the playoffs on their couches.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
They're talking about firing a coach who's led them to the playoffs in 3 straight seasons. Well, and they're ready to fire him.
I told you at the beginning of the year, Shane Steichen was a huge loss.
No, he was.
Huge loss.
So was Gannon, Jonathan Gannon.
I'm watching that game last night, and Jalen Hurts, I don't know. I don't know if he can read defenses. I clearly he's hurt. I think he's better than what he played this year. I think he's hurt. I think their offensive schematics stink.
It's simple.
The fundamentals of that offense just don't make sense to me. Devontae Smith is a baller, absolute baller. But whatever happened with A.J. Brown clearly destroyed their season. Destroyed their season. And it feels like it starts with the head coach and that player.
The head coach, who Joe the Camera, Bubble Bath Boy, said on 94 WIP and a crossover with us last season, said he was going to remind us of Bill Walsh in 20 years and how he's going to reinvent offensive football. That was a statement out of his mouth after one playoff win against the sorry-ass New York Giants. After one playoff win, we started talking Bill Walsh and Joe Montana. That's what they were doing at Philadelphia. It was all good just less than a year ago.
In terms of regular season losses that clearly demoralized and ruined a season.
What was that one?
I can't think, the only one I could even come close to was when the Dodgers had that lead and Mattingly went out to the mound and Bochy caught him twice, and the Dodgers lost the lead in the division. Giants surged and and then they ended up winning it all. If the Niners win it all, we're going to go back and look at that game. We're going to look at that moment in time. They were 9-2. They went into Philadelphia. They were 10-1 at the time, and they curb-stomped them.
Smoked them. And Debo talked the talk, and he told us all that Bradbury was trash. Bradbury's trash.
He wrote the biggest check of all time and cashed it.
And you know what? And I got your back, Debo. I got your back. By the way, not only did they break the Eagles this year, but remember their old dream team when they had Nnamdi Asomugha, Michael Vick, and they were riding high?
Yeah.
And Jim Harbaugh's 49ers went in there at 2-1, down 24-3, came back and won that game. Yeah. That broke that Eagles team.
Yeah.
So we've broken the Eagles twice in the last 13 years. Broken you twice in your own house. By the way, listen to Troy Aikman last night on Monday Night Football. This is why I love Troy.
Yeah,
because Troy does not hold back. Give me more Aikman. He compared the Eagles to two of the lowly teams in the league.
You know, having been on this end of it, when you get to the postseason and you lose the first round, whether you've had the bye and it's a divisional game or you're in the wild card and you don't win a game, it is an empty feeling. And really, when you have the expectations that the Eagles had coming into this year, you're no different than the New England, Carolina, or any of these other teams that didn't have near the season, didn't win near the games.
Get 'em.
But the only thing you have to say for your year is you got to play one more game than they did.
When I watched Sirianni go for two, from the one, and they got stuffed, two things came to mind. Number one, thank God someone finally stopped that play.
The tush push.
Number two, which was the bigger one, there was no schematic, mathematical, quantifiable advantage for going for two other than stroking the ego of Nick Sirianni. It was one of the dumbest decisions I've ever seen.
That's what they do.
And then they get a safety, okay? And instead of being down maximum of 8 points, it would have been 18-10. They're down 9.
But that's what they do.
And now you're down 2 scores.
That's what they do.
I'm telling you, this whole Sirianni's smarter than you, he's tougher than you, he's better than you. Nah, Shane Steichen ran things over there. And whatever the hell Sirianni's doing, what's the give me the sound from when they beat the Chiefs. Give me the sound.
Oh, see ya.
Yeah, see you, Sirianni. I'll see you on the unemployment line. Yeah, good luck, buddy.
Now, I will say this.
That was the most satisfying loss I've ever seen.
But you know what though? I'll say this, and I don't think highly of Sirianni whatsoever. I think he's an overrated coach. I think he talks too much, and I think he got humbled this season.
Clearly, the players.
But I do. But a part of me is like, all right, let me take a step back. Are you really going to fire a coach who took you to the playoffs in his first season? People forget. They played Tampa Bay. Jalen Hurts' his first season. Then you go to a Super Bowl. You blow the Super Bowl. You get called for defensive holding. And then you lose in the playoffs at the certain 10-1. I get the way the season got wrecked. But are you really going to fire a coach after 3 straight playoff appearances?
It's got a Mark Jackson feel to it.
Oh.
And here's the thing I would say. The thing I fear more than any is them hiring Bill Belichick.
They can hire Belichick.
He's an East Seaboard guy. I think it fits perfectly. The whole temperament of the city. He would fix that linebacking core. I do worry about them hiring Belichick.
I'm going to say this. I don't fear Belichick no more. I watched Shanahan during the pandemic with Jimmy Garoppolo undress Bill Belichick.
Well, that team wasn't very good.
But I don't care. I'm not worried about Belichick.
His defenses are still good.
They're good. I'm not worried about Belichick. I'm really not. Bring on Belichick. Bring on all comers. I've got Debo. I've got Ayuk. I've got Kittle. I've got McCaffrey. I got Bosa on one end. I got Fred Warner. See me. Straight up.
But I think one of the revelations about Sirianni and why people have come to this conclusion, Bonte, if you are a CEO head coach, meaning you are not a play caller on offense and you're not the schematic genius on defense, people ask, what do you do? So John Harbaugh is a CEO type of a coach. Jim Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin. They are so reliant on their coordinators. Yep. And you saw it this year. When you don't have those coordinators, Sirianni looked lost. Yeah, so can you be a leader of men? I think that's up in the air.
Well, it just sounds like he needs a new coordinator.
Well, I think that's one of the underrated things about John Harbaugh. He's done a great job finding coordinators in Baltimore.
No doubt. So if he gets coordinators, we'll see about that with Sirianni. But right now, the Eagles They got it all season, and they got to figure out what to do with Jason Kelce. Jason Kelce's retired.
That's a huge loss.
One of the best hitters in pro football history. He's gone.
And they got a lot of free agents. Let me just read it to you just so you can smile, because I want you to feel good.
Fletcher Cox. Oh, I got the free agent list
right here. Oh, Kelce, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, Nicholas Morrow, DeAndre Swift. Week 1 through 11, best running back in the league.
No, who said that? No, nobody said that. Nobody
they did.
Said that.
Devontae Smith is an early extension candidate, and so is Hassan Reddick.
Yeah, Nicholas Morrow's not good. So, I mean, they're going to be better off without
I'm just saying, those are their free agents.
No, Fletcher Cox, Kelce, Brandon Graham. And Brandon Graham's a lot older. Brandon Graham's a lot older. He's near the end of his career. Maybe they need a reset. Real quick, before we get to Baldy and give away some details for the Chris McCaffrey jersey contest, let's get to Rhea Lancaster. Rhea Lancaster, what's happening? Good morning, Rhea.
Good morning, guys. You basically covered most of what I was going to say. I was so mad. Scott Van Pelt on ESPN, all these other people are like, oh, what happened to the Eagles? What are you talking about? The Eagles got broke down by the 49ers. They were 10-1. We came in there. We had players dressed in black, ready to go to a funeral, snatched their souls, and they were 1-6 after that.
Exactly.
Give our team the credit. We put the blueprint out there for everybody, and we broke them at the same time. I'm tired of everybody not realizing what happened to the Eagles.
I love it.
We are the reason why they're not the way they are.
How's your husband? How's your husband doing, Rhea?
I was just getting ready to tell you. He was over here. What? I can't. What? What the? Oh, and then it got quiet. Then he came to get a snack, slamming cabinets. I was like, hey, don't take that out on my cabinet. Don't be mad.
Rhea.
Don't be mad at the house.
Rhea, make sure you call us back later in the week as we break down Packers and Niners.
All right, darling. Have a good day.
All right, you too, Rhea.
It does feel like, to a degree, Debo Samuel broke their soul. Like, that game from Debo's going to go down as one of those games where there's before Debo and after Debo. And they won a ton of tight games after Debo, after that game against the Niners. It felt like the dam broke.